Ho, 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 I am not a ghost. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to say that to all the children out there. May they stay safe. And thank you, mothers and fathers, for joining us along with your children and your friends. I want to thank you for all the subscribing. Now I'm going to put this down, and remember, I'm a good ghost, okay? Here we go. All right, thank you very much. All right, I had to let you know that I'd like to play a little bit, enjoy the kids. You guys are really, really great. This is a Leonardo da Vinci painting. This is a diary, it's a registry, it is a will, it is a death of dates and love signatures and excuse me, and it has all of Leonardo da Vinci's works up to date. Excuse me, little frog in the throat. And it is the Mona Lisa being serenaded by Jesus Christ. So you can follow my YouTubes. Let me just show you something real quick. As you can see, this is a man right here. As this man, when we go right here, as this man has blown up, take a good shot at that. Now he ends up, okay, he ends up being this man right here. Let me show you. He ends up being this man, Jesus Christ. See? Side by side, those two are the twins. Now, Leonardo da Vinci is a trickster. I've got like over 1,000 YouTubes, as I said. I even have his signature that so happens to be in my painting, spelling Leonardo da Vinci Sir Pierre. He has this little boy in here that he uses that is part of his little ways of doing a signature. Now, remember, here is, again, my painting. My painting, and also another image of Leonardo da Vinci of the man in which he loved, that was his model. They're twins. Again, another image in which is the same out of my painting. Now, again, the image of my woman is right behind you right there with the eyes. It so happens to be, well, her. And her is many stylists of Leonardo da Vinci. She so happens to be, between Mary Magdalene and Mary and Katharina's mother and him himself and his lover, all integrated in here, and you get this woman. And when you blow her up and you get these eyes back behind here, as you see, you'll end up with these kind of images like flying little saucers. Okay, like this is a flying little saucer, and it's a man this way and a man this way. This is a doggy turned, as you can see. It's a doggy that is laid in there and it's pitched, and if you want to, I can pitch it for you just a little bit so you get a better shot and what it comes out to be. Or woof woof woof. See, he's got the legs, got the head, but he uses a man in the sense of a pastor, or preacher, reverend, that he uses in here. And then on top of that, you'll find that these images that we're talking about are so micro that this eye is the size of the top of the head of a Lincoln penny. Take it out, take a look. If you take also a look, you'll see that this actually spells out Leonardo right here, this right here. As you can see, it spells out Leonardo. The other letters that float between here so happen to be, okay, done in stars. This is filler. Okay, so you got Leonardo. So you got it right here, and you see the do. So what he does is he tricks the other words, and then he adds his boyfriend's name over the top, and that's why there's a run. Now, also when you end up with it, he has this. On her head, she has the Last Supper, and he has a comic of comedians. See, right here, when you blow it up, you'll see that there's Jesus Christ. As you can see, when I ended up showing you this particular image that's right here. This particular image, as you can see, his clothes, how it's V'd. Here you got the clothes, how it's V'd with different multicolors. And then he has this table that runs around, even a part of a circle. It's in my YouTubes also. Now, please understand, he's a cartoonist, and out of that cartoonist, whoops, this happens to be a cowboy guy with a doggy here. And he's got a cowboy hat and his arm aiming up and his legs coming down. And it is in my YouTubes. But what I wanted to show you is the similarity of, even when these micro images you cannot see with the human eye are in my painting, and let me see which eye it is. Oh, here's the eye. Okay, let's see. Right in the other eye, I do believe, is the easier eye to show. And that's the way Leonardo da Vinci is. He's just a magnificent code man. As you can see, these particular items that float through here, there's images and portraits in these lines that are about 20 times smaller than a grain, a hair. So this is a bat and a man sitting up on top, and he's flying it like a saucer, a long-winged airplane with hundreds and hundreds of his friends. And these are thousands and thousands of his friends watching him or flying along in the sky with him. This is in the eye of my woman. Now, if I take this image and I go to this particular area over, I gotta find it to give you a better research on it, is that you're going to see images that are floating. You got to forgive me because there's so much of it. There's one particular area that I wanted to show you that was a little bit more area that well, it matched better for his works in, do believe, nope, that's not it, in this image. This image is the image in which I wanted to show you. Right here, it's a flying saucer, flat. And Leonardo da Vinci puts these images such as that, like right here. Oops. In these lines are people flying, such as this. So you got a line going across here with people on it. These are faces and looking at other faces, but these are tons of little itty bitty micro portraits building this big face. Just to build this big face is probably 1,000 images at least. And this you cannot see with the human eye. I'll show you what you cannot see with the human eye. You cannot see with the human eye right here. Now you can see the top of Lincoln's head. But when you get into little images like this area, you cannot see this stuff with the human eye without blowing it up this big, because Lincoln's head is about like just the tip, just a little tip, like that little tip right there. And I blew up that little tip. Watch this little tip. When I go on down, about right there, you're not going to see it. So Leonardo da Vinci is the master of masters, artist of artists. And how can you paint that small? I don't know. Don't shoot the messenger, please. Do not shoot the messenger. And I am the messenger. I don't like to be shot. I only am showing you images that are so magnificent of art, just of art alone, and then magnificent of size. I do not know how he did it. I always thought that he painted something as big as a whole town, threw it in water like those sponges, and instead of it blowing up like a big sponge, it shrunk. I can't figure out how he did it. Anybody knows, I sure love to know, but I got theories like crazy. So Leonardo da Vinci is a master of masters. And you can put a million masters of in the class of Leonardo da Vinci in the same room, and I still say he was five times the master. And when they say that he doesn't know this and he didn't know that of certain languages, I think he faked it. I think he faked it so you wouldn't find the code. So, because guess what? If you pretend that you don't know it, they don't search for it. See? And that's how come my painting has escaped him. My painting has escaped the whole world that it is a diary because of her finger. You can't do hands, you're no good. And that's why it has passed. It has put the joke of all the critics and examiners on the planet. Why would somebody put Leonardo da Vinci's signature in there? Why? Okay. Right tapped on the top of the forehead of the Mona Lisa, that is the older Mona Lisa. Why would they put Jesus Christ? That's Jesus Christ's face. And what was Giovanni's name? Okay, Sali. That's Giovanni's name. Here is the G. Okay, beginning. And that's what Leonardo da Vinci did. Okay, and don't forget, I showed you what Jesus Christ looks like. I showed you what my man looks like. I also showed you the signature, okay, and the other model in which Leonardo da Vinci used. And this also spells, okay, love. And let me show you real quick before I go on that. Whoops. Before I go on that, so you can note, this is a L. This is a V. Okay, this is an O. And on the tip of this thumb, there's a dot, and there's a dot. And on the tip of that thumb area, there's also this outer edge of the thumb, the outer edge right there. That's a large deal. I just didn't have time to change all that. Sorry. That piece is the E. So there's the E, a dot, dot, dot. Here goes the V, okay? And you got the O where this curve is, and you got the L. So he's always doing love. So don't forget about the signature. I got the signature of Leonardo da Vinci right there in front of you. I got his model right there that we all know about, the Last Supper we do for Easter and Christmas and everything. And don't forget, who would be painting and putting his name everywhere inside here in code and tricks and in micro images that takes a surgical microscope to get into? And who paints the same that he does? Well, guess what? He does. You know why? Because he did. And there's over 1,000 YouTubes of my painting of proof that it is a Leonardo da Vinci painting. So in here, you got, right here, you got this big L that I am going to show you real quick, and then I'm off to the races. Here's whoops. There's the L. Let me get this to be a little bit larger. Right here, here's the L. Here's the E. Here's the O. Here's the N. Here's the A. Here's the R. Here's the D. And here's the O. Okay, and that's the A. I just didn't cross it. Okay, because that's what he did. And this straight line was a mistake from earlier. Okay, because I'm not perfect. And I want you guys to don't forget to subscribe, wash your hands, social distance, wear a mask. I hope you enjoy the YouTube. It's just a filler for you. It's not the hottest ones. I got YouTubes that I consider to be 100 times better than this, and I don't know why they take off. It's just whenever they so happen to float for you guys to see at the right time. I hope I got it timed for you. Remember that God loves you, and it's not just God bless the USA. It is God bless the whole world, the whole universe, and the whole heavens. And
ho, 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 ho. Remember, I am not a ghost. I love you all. Love is in many degrees. Join me on my next YouTube. Subscribe, thumbs up, notification bell, and don't forget to notify your friends. And pass the word of love. Okay? Love is in many degrees. Okay? Amen.